Hey Alyssa, this is Mrs. Skoglund. Just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on your summer assignment. And so we're mostly going to be talking about this first chapter since that's the one you starred, but I'll kind of reference some other chapters and things as we're going through it, okay? So the first thing that I look for in a body paragraph is a strong topic sentence, which should be your first sentence that really answers this question in a concise way and sort of leads us into the paragraph. And I think you have this first sentence a lot of times, but it sort of just repeats the question, right? Like here you just kind of say there are many differences, which is what the question is asking. So what you need to do is provide the answer to that. Like what are those differences? So just be a little more detailed on that in the future. The next thing I actually go to is the last sentence of your paragraph because that concluding sentence should really tie back to the question and really reflect the topic sentence. I thought you had a nice concluding sentence in this paragraph, Alyssa, and I liked how you mentioned sort of the significance of like there's not one that's more dominant, they have an equal role. However, when I looked at some of your other paragraphs, I feel like there weren't really concluding sentences, so I had to kind of take off a little bit for that, okay? Next, I looked at evidence, and I think for the most part you did a pretty good job selecting evidence. However, there were a couple times, I was trying to find them, where there wasn't necessarily great evidence picked. I think it may have been down here. Yeah, in this paragraph. So make sure we're always getting quotes in there. I do think you did a nice job embedding your evidence. So like up here you have Pink says our brains are contralateral. Down here the left breaks the whole into its components. So those are really good because the quotes flow right in with your own writing, very natural. So that was really good to see. Next I look for commentary. And I think that you had some okay commentary, like especially I noticed after your first quote in a paragraph, but a lot of times, not just in this paragraph, I noticed that the second piece of commentary was missing. And so we never just want to leave the evidence hanging out there. We want to make sure to provide some commentary to tie it back to the question. So like, why does this evidence relate back to the question? I need to hear a little bit more of you in there. Finally, I looked at some conventions and citations. So Alyssa, I would just encourage you to be consistent on your citations. Like this one with the author's last name and page number looks good, but then a couple times you had just the page number, so just kind of check for that. And I think I noticed just a couple like personal pronouns and slight proofreading issues, so just make sure you're going over that too. And then I thought your art-directed activities looked really good. I enjoyed reading your symphony one about the painting, and I liked reading kind of about, you know, your analysis of that. So that was really nice to see. Just wanted to provide you a little bit of feedback, okay?